All right. So I think it's time to head into some of our segments. Our first segment being the one that everyone waits for, ladies and gentlemen, Phil's Day Off. I guess I really should open this up. Well, it's weird because I know I replaced the batteries recently. I think it just might be dying. Anyway, he's the guy who just doesn't get reality. Among other things, like, it was a very, very busy day. So let's just start at the beginning, all right? So we had an appointment, and it was in the early afternoon. The problem is the appointment was nowhere near us. So there was driving involved to get to this appointment. So to do this, we had to get up early, and there was no time to, like, get food or anything. So we're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? I said, well, here's what maybe we should do. We'll get up in the morning. We'll order food the night before. We'll have a breakfast delivered, all right? That way, the breakfast will show up. We'll be able to eat. You'll be able to get ready. It's me talking to my wife, Kat. You'll be able to get ready, shower and put on makeup and look nice for a day out together. And, I'll have a little bit extra time. Like I said, what I actually took advantage of was to do the Ask the King stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. So I'll have some time to work on that. While you're doing that, the food will arrive. We'll eat. We'll be good. We don't have to worry about grabbing something on the way and risk of it, delay or whatever. And we'll be able to get to the appointment, no problem. Everything should be fine. Great. This sounds like a good idea, right? This is what we'll do. So that's what we go with. The night before we order, I'm like, well, when should we order? We're like, well, our appointment is at 1 o'clock, and it takes a while to get there. So we want to eat probably around 11:30ish. Maybe that way we'll be absolutely done and cleaned up and ready to go by noon, and that way we'll have plenty of time to get to this appointment. No problem. You'll have a little bit of flexibility time in there, right? No big deal. That sounds good, right? So we order the food ahead of time and we schedule it. Now, when you order food from any of these delivery services, you can schedule it for a time frame window that you want the food to arrive. So getting all this together, and I'd say it's about, I want to say it's like almost 11 a.m., but not yet. It's maybe like 10:50, all right? And I look at my phone and it says, your food's been picked up. What? What are you talking about? My food is scheduled for like 11:30. I look at the phone, the fucking food's already done and it's already on the way to the house. I said, why?
What?
I didn't schedule it for that. This is the problem when you order food and you do it scheduled. It doesn't work. We've tried this multiple times. It never works. You get one of two things. The food shows up way late because the whatever you ordered from don't do these scheduled orders well. Sometimes we do it and it doesn't show up at all. The whole order gets canceled. Or it shows up way fucking early. Like way earlier than you're ready for it. And I don't understand why they can't get this right. Like, why even have a schedule ability if no one does it right? I don't think once we've ordered a scheduled order that showed up right. It's either way early or way late, or there's something wrong with the order, or it gets canceled. It's a pain in the ass. All right? And again, normally wouldn't have been a big deal, but this was just a special day where we had to do it because we had this very tight schedule of everything that we were doing. So the thing is, we did order from a place that we usually order from that's really good. And so the food shows up, and the food shows up at 11:05. My wife isn't even close to being done yet to be able to come down and have breakfast. She's in the middle of just starting to do her makeup. I'm like, well, we're not going to eat now. So basically what I did is I just put the food on the table. What are you going to do? We're going to wait, right? So I continued to do work in the office and stuff, and she continued. So basically around 11:30 when we were supposed to eat, we went down there and we finally ate. And the thing was, the food wasn't bad. This place we order from is actually quite good.
Guess what I'm eating today? Hot dog.
So we go to eat and it's cold. And what are you gonna do? It's fucking cold. It sat there for 25 minutes. We weren't ready to eat. I wasn't gonna eat without my wife. How messed up would that have been? Oh, honey, well the food's here. I'm just gonna eat the warm food and enjoy it, and you can have it nice and cold when you're done putting on your makeup. That would have been fucked up. I'm not gonna do that. So I waited, and we ended up eating late, and the food was cold. And what are you gonna do? Like, I thought that the food still tasted pretty good. My wife ate half of hers, basically, and was like, oh, I'm upset because it came so early. And I don't blame her. We paid, we ordered for a time, and it shows up 25 minutes early. That's ridiculous, right? Stupid. Shouldn't show up that early. A couple minutes early is one thing. Literally 30 more minutes earlier is stupid. But that's just stupidity, right? Okay? So anyway, so we had that going on. We eat. All right, so now we're getting ready to go. So we haven't had our car wash in a very long time, okay? And it's dirty. It's disgusting. There's actually bird shit on the top of it. We're like, oh, this is nasty. We need to get our car washed. Right outside of one of our appointments was a car wash. And we're like, oh, but what kind of a car wash is it? Is it one of those ones that has like all the big roller brushes and the things the chamois that... No. It's one of those hands-free, completely water-based car washes. And we're like, we never did one of these before. We don't know if this is going to work or not, right? But we're like, we really need it. I haven't done a car wash in many months. The car has bird duty on it. We got to clean this.
I took about 3 hours to try to clean out my office here across the hallway as much as I could. For those who aren't aware, a lot of shit, and I'm not talking useful shit, I'm talking complete garbage, was left behind last year in this office, and that's pretty much why the office has been unusable for me. It's just full of garbage that I didn't have a chance to clean out, and or I just didn't have a means to get rid of.
So we go to the car wash and we pay for it. I want to say it was probably like $15, okay? And we drive in, and the weird thing about it is it doesn't even tell you like where to stop. It just has blinking lights. So the light's like, stop, red. Oh, fuck. Okay, let me stop and put it in park or whatever, okay? So these two arms come down, and they're like detecting where your car is. I guess they must have like vision sensors in them or something. And then they just start like spraying water and soap and water and soap and water and soap. And it's weird because it's just water and soap. Like, what else is it going to put on your car? It's just two spray arms, right? But it's like, oh, first it's white soap. Then it's colored soap that looks like confetti or like candy, cotton candy. And it has a smell to it. And we're like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's acting like it's some big deluxe thing. I'm like, dude, I could spray water and soap on my car too. You know, it's not like that. If you go to the car wash that has the big brushes and everything, that's the good one, because that's the one that's going to be touching all the parts of your car and cleaning it. This is literally just water and soap. It's not a big deal, right? But they act like it's some big to-do. So finally we get to the end, and we drive out, and there's fans. It drives the car. So we go to our next place, and I was like, let's see how it did. Dude, we never did anything like this before. Usually if we're going to do a car wash, we do the one with all the brushes and everything. So we get out, and we look at the top of the car. The top of the car looks beautiful. All the bird duty is gone. Wow. And then as you progressively look further down the car, you realize only the top of the car got cleaned. The sides of the car start to have more dirt. The bottom of the car is completely dirty. Not a single drop reached the bottom of the car. Like, what the hell is this? You paid $15 for that? What a ripoff. A complete ripoff. And the thing is, this is an operating business that's been there for years and years. Everyone must go there to do it, and they know it sucks, but they must still stay. They must still stay in business. They're still there. But who pays for a car wash that doesn't clean the bottom of your car at all? It literally didn't. It was still, dirt and shit all on the bottom. Pretty stupid.
Oh.
But yeah, it was pretty stupid. I was like, how could this place be in business for a half car wash? Because it's exactly what it is. It's like, imagine if you got in the shower, all right, and the shower only reached your head and your shoulders, and the whole bottom half of your body always stayed stinky dirty. That's literally what this car wash is. Okay. So anyway, we're like, well, we tried something. It didn't work very well. We're definitely not going to be doing this again. We tried something. It was an experiment. I mean, it's confusing that they're in business because they didn't clean the bottom of the car. It's stupid. Okay, so here's a story I didn't tell you guys. Kat hurt her foot this week, all right? So we don't even know how, but she was in the kitchen just doing her normal thing, and she stepped on something on the kitchen floor, and it pierced the bottom of her foot. And she screamed out, and apparently her foot was bleeding, and she said she ran to the bathroom, and it was basically like a sliver or something, and she took tweezers and took it out. And it was actually bleeding because it had got her so bad. So she disinfected or whatever. And her foot's been messed up all week. Now she had to work. So she's been standing on this foot for multiple days of work. And it hurts bad. So we were talking about it. We're like, you can't be walking barefoot in the house anymore. She's been walking barefoot ever since she moved in. I was like, why are you walking barefoot in the house? Like, I always wear slippers. Always. I've always, my whole life, my mother bought me slippers for when I used to live with my parents. I've always had slippers when I lived alone. And I still wear slippers. To this day, I don't want to walk barefoot around my house. I'd rather have slippers. They stop you from falling. They prevent you if there's, God forbid, there's something on the floor. It stops you from getting your foot poked, right?
Am I wearing chunkless right now? No, I'm barefoot. I'm actually barefoot.
There you go. So after this happening, I said, we have to get you slippers this week when we're out. I will get them for you. It's okay. I need to get you a pair of slippers. I can't have you hurting your feet, But that was one of the things we were trying to do. No one has them. We went to 3 different stores, all right? 2 of them had none at all. The one that we finally found was a department store, Macy's, and they had almost nothing. It's like almost no selection at all of anything. And we're like, This is stupid. There's nothing there. And no, Kat doesn't work at Kohl's. What are you talking about? She doesn't work at Kohl's. So since she works at Kohl's, get them there. First of all, we did go to Kohl's. They don't have them. We went to the whole store. Oh, no, that's seasonal. We don't have them now. Oh, okay. They don't have any slippers at all. And we went to another place. They didn't have it. It was finally Macy's. We found some, and they were shit. They're just not good. It's like tiny sections, like the leftovers. Like, so no one stocks them in right now. No, apparently they only stock them for like Christmas. That's it. So there was 0 slippers that we could find. Sucked because we really wanted to get a pair so she would have them when she got home. And we went to 3 different stores looking, and they don't have them.
That's just fucking sad, you know?